Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Talking Wrestling with Nigel. I'm at home, beautiful house, in the afternoon, and we're going to talk about AEW Collision. The first episode is going to air this Friday, 8 p.m. to 10 at night on this Saturday. And the biggest announcement that it has come from AEW Collision is the return of CM Punk in our first main event in the show's history. We're gonna have CM Punk team with FTR to take on Bullet Club, Gold, and Jay White, and Juice Robinson, and Samoa Joe. I don't know what a class that's going to be. Of course, Punk and Joe House history, doing back to their Ring of Honor roots. Um, of course, FTR has been getting taunted by Bullet Club, Gold. So, and then the tease and a lot of chatter. Of course, I'm going to go over why this show is going to be remarkable ways they can make this show really interesting. I think first thing I think when I think of Collision, it's like they're gonna fill the gap between Dynamite and Wednesdays because they come on at the same time, and they're just gonna split the two rosters. So if you look at the advertisement, you look at the Dynamite that Khan announced that the announcement of AW Collision, he announced the return of Thunder Rosa, Mero, um, Scorpio Sky is also another person that who hasn't returned, who's going to make his in ring return. This is a guy that hasn't got television, who hasn't been on television, or hasn't been used. So, if you think of those three or four, I believe of course, you think of the guys from like Darker Elevation, like who hasn't, I'm gonna sound like the Wingman. Recently, him on Varsity Darker Elevation, I could see um him, Peanut Alkaline, and his group. I could see bunch of, I could see the private part. I could see Hardy's like doing a lot more. I could see the Acclaim. I could see um Dark Order a lot more than they usually be used. A lot of Keith Lee, Strickland. A lot. The names goes on onto this longest show, which I think is going to be, of course, the card. The rest of the card have yet to be filled out, but I think a lot of great opportunities. Not just slitting the rosters, but also slitting the titles. I mean, Hap Warlow, TNT champion. It's TNT. Rampage is TNT. The network service is half the value to the championship. Don't defend it on Dynamite anymore. No, we have TNT title and exclusive with the Collision on Saturday nights to go out with a bang. And you also have titles made the AEW women's. The women's division has a chance to be more relevant. I think the woman, more than one women's match, will make the show more intriguing. Have women like Anagiri Sakura versus Sawaya, or have Tony Storm defend her title on a weekly basis against someone of the caliber like a Willer Nightingale, who's the New Japan Strong Champion, or maybe great. We love to see those two. That's had so many wars. She just defeated Jamie Hager. They're gonna slap it up anticipating them probably having a rematch. A lot can happen between now and then. a lot of opening room for the women's division. Of course, the women's that's being used, that don't be used, that's mean going to Ring of Honor. That's just the Red Velvet. I could see her maybe getting a shot, finally getting some TV time. Someone we haven't seen, Kara Hogan. Um, the top like Darius Martin. You got the people that from that's being used, starting to be used. They're more AEW guys. They're gonna be starting to use on Saturday nights. So more remarkable, I say they can make this show is not just the TNA, the women's, the world title, either the trios, the tag, have both one of those belts exclusively. For one, you can have them both depending on Rampage, on Collision, or one Dynamite or Rampage. Make the show, make the titles more. Makes the titles even more exclusive, more meaningful. Like the trios championship. Like you could have an all-out war. You can either every Saturday night. It would be a huge main event, huge booster. It would be a huge rating buzz. I've seen Malachi Black, um, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews defend the Trios Championship. It would make the title even feel more significant if they're doing it on a Saturday nights where you don't have anything to do. You're sitting at home. You're watching wrestling. You don't have any like a lot of people go out on weekends and stuff. But for the people that don't have the weekends, nothing to do, there's nothing more to enjoy than professional wrestling. And you got that in Collision. And when you have a show called Collision, that means combined. Like they can do a lot more stuff, like the international championship. I think that championship is going to be more um, involved, has been more involved on Dynamite television. Is I foreseeing the title. I'm seeing titles like that they don't have to be defended on each show, like or just one or the other. Like I'm seeing like the TNT. I'm seeing like the EW Women's World Champion, the trios, tag team titles, both being defended. You already got the EW World Championship. You have the TBS Championship. That's a network. The network sometimes is more important. When you call it the TBS is the television title of women's wrestling. So that championship should over for more be defended on TBS every dynamite, not each and every dynamite, but exclusively with the dynamite. You had TBS, you have the AEW World Championship, you have the the trios, the tag team, both being depending on the Saturdays on Collision and on Dynamite. And of course, the world, they can have the international championship, being the world treated more as like the world championship. Hey, I have an idea. You know Hulk? He's the FTW championship holder. He could win this title, start defending his title. Like it's not even it's a non-section title. So it doesn't really feel that like there's a lot of room for opportunity. A lot of more wrestlers don't get the proper airtime. The proper get the proper the spotlight. So AEW Collision's very excited. I expect a massive card by the end of the week, before maybe announced tomorrow on Dynamite. So we're gonna see how everything unfolds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for talking wrestling with Nigel on my thoughts on what makes AEW Collision important in ways that they can make it um just as equal, even better than Rampage, but just on the same level as Dynamite.